Located in Ely, Minnesota. For those of you that are at the Bear Center or on the deck, my voice is being carried worldwide to visitors all over the world that tune in for our enrichment opportunities here at the North American Bear Center. I'd like to say hello to all our worldwide visitors on Pond Chat and on the internet. It's a nice day here today, not quite as warm as yesterday. It's partly cloudy, probably right around 70 degrees, and no wind. We have Ted out. He's in the viewing area. And we have Honey over here by the fence. And she's thinking, really, do I want to go over there by Ted or not? I'm not really sure. I want to introduce everybody here at the North American Bear Center to our World Wide Web broadcasts every day this summer until Labor Day at 11 o'clock and 4 o'clock Ely time. Anything that goes on here with bear enrichment will be broadcast. And you're probably thinking, well, how would I tune in if I was home, wherever home may be to you, because you probably are traveling home maybe later today? How would I ever hear this broadcast? Well, it's pretty simple. Go to www.bear.org, and on our home page, we have a tab right in the center. It says View Cameras. And if you click on View Cameras, if you click down on that, it's got Hollycam, PTZ, meaning pan, tilt, and zoom, and a stationary cam. So there's a couple choices. And I will tell some of the people here on the deck where our pan, tilt, and zoom camera is. Our pan, tilt, and zoom camera is located up on the deck, in the center of the deck, almost on the roof. That can view 180 degrees. It can see from the far extreme left, which is the clover patch, what we call the clover patch, behind what we have the new building, all the way over to the far right, which is by what we call the food shed, and it really is the food shed. What we have now going on, we have not only bears in the bear enclosure, but we have 2 humans in the bear enclosure, and they have black buckets. Thank you. They have black buckets, and the bears know what a black bucket is. Black buckets means food. It's 11 o'clock, and what we are doing today is called traditionally a spread, or maybe, for human terms, a buffet. You might understand it better that way, a buffet for breakfast. But actually, this isn't breakfast, so that's not quite accurate. They've all had breakfast this morning. Breakfast consisted of raw egg, lettuce, romaine lettuce specifically, carrots, and some nuts. These bears are reasonably used to the staff going out there and doing this, and you're thinking, what is the purpose of a spread? The purpose of a buffet or a spread is to make them use their nose, their eyes, to figure out where did we put the food. It's not unlike something that they would have to do in the wild. In fact, it is exactly what they'd have to do in the wild. The goal of the North American Bear Center is to dispel myths and misperceptions about black bears, and to give you an opportunity to see, although they may be captive bears, what they would do in what would be a natural environment here in the Ely area. The pond here that you can probably see right from the deck very easily, or from the viewing windows on the main level, that pond is man-made, and so is the 3 waterfalls. Of course, that's all man-made. But once you get to the tree line, everything behind the tree line is all natural, and was here when we built this place in 2007. So it's a natural 2.5 acres for the bears to wander. You don't always see a bear the first 5 minutes you walk in here at the North American Bear Center. They may be out browsing around looking for food. They may be under a couple balsam trees taking a nap. They just may be cruising the scenery to see what's there. Now you see a little problem solving on Ted's part. Ted Bear, he's our 17-year-old male, and he's the largest of our two males. One of our staff members put food on that little contraption. Actually, it's like a little bird feeder. It's just a flat platform. Ted knows there's food, and he knows if he makes it move, food comes off. Now he wasn't happy. He knew there was more, so what did he do? He lifted himself up on his hind legs. His little backside is up against the tree. And there he goes. It's exactly what a bear would have to do in the wild. If they want the food bad enough, they've got to figure out a way to get it. As I said, Ted is a 17-year-old male. He's got a beautiful coat on him. And here just last week, he weighed right around, actually he did weigh 545. Tuesday, which is tomorrow, Tuesday we have picked his weigh-in day. We weigh the bears every Tuesday to manage their weight and their health. So we don't know what Ted's going to weigh this Tuesday, but last week it was 545. He went in hibernation last year at about 690 approximately, and he came out at about 540. It's not uncommon for the average bear, black bear, to come out of hibernation losing 18 to 22% of their body weight. That's really quite common. For lactating females, and by that I mean for females who have had cubs in January, can lose as much as 40 to 50% of their body weight from when they went into hibernation. So that would mean if a female who was pregnant in September, October, whenever, went into hibernation and came out of hibernation maybe in late March, early April, that 300-pound female may come out at 150 with maybe 1, 2, or 3 cubs in the springtime. Ted is looking for some things that the staff may have thrown out, but he also has started to graze on the clover. The clover, the vast majority of the clover we have here is white clover. It's a favorite of the bears. And it's, of course, natural food as well. I'm going to ask anybody up on the deck if anybody got any questions about the North American Bear Center or about Ted Bear. Ted, people ask me, is Ted big or little? Well, Ted is really a large bear. He's about 6 foot from nose to tail. So he's really a healthy, good-sized male. And he would be on the larger side if you saw him in the wild. At 17, he'd be considered a middle-aged bear for captivity. If he was in the wild, he might be considered an older bear. Life in the wild is much different than life in captivity. Ted has never known the wild. He was born on a game farm, and he was raised by a private party, and we got him from that private party after they had raised him for about 9 years. Ted's a very gentle bear. He likes people, and if he was a human, I might say he could be an extrovert. Honey is demonstrating some of her personality. She's not even coming to enrichment. That just kind of tells you about Honey's personality. Honey likes to be alone. She's not a social butterfly by any means. And actually, if she was a human, I would consider her an introvert. She prefers to be alone. And if you can see her, she is on the far right. You probably can see her from the deck, although you may not be able to see her from the viewing area. She is a black bear. Even though she is cinnamon in color, you'd say, well, she's a brown bear, but she's not. She's brown in color only, and she's technically considered a cinnamon phase black bear. She is 18. and she has never had cubs, and she has always been in captivity. Today is a beautiful day here in Ely, Minnesota. As I said, it must be at least 70, if not warmer right now. It's a beautiful Memorial Day for those of you that are here over the Memorial holiday. I'd like to thank every one of you for coming here and visiting us during this holiday season and the holiday weekend. We are open today 9 to 7. Besides seeing the bears as they roam around the 2.5 acres, and maybe if it gets warmer, they'll be in the pond. They're excellent swimmers. I would invite you to look at the exhibit hall for our over 60 videos that we have. And we also have 2 BBC documentaries in our theater. They're both 1 hour long. The schedule is at the register as you came in. And I might remind you that your admission, when you paid admissions this morning, it is a day pass. We'll be here until 7 o'clock tonight, so if you get hungry, you want to go to lunch, have a cup of coffee, whatever, or visit other sites in the Ely area, you can do that and come back later on in the day. We know you have other entertainment choices here in the Ely area, and we're happy you picked us as an educational facility to learn more about black bears. We appreciate your business, and we hope to see you again either later today or later this summer. Again, we are open every day between now and late September, 9 to 7. Thank you very much, and our next enrichment opportunity today will be at 1 o'clock. It will not be broadcast for our worldwide visitors. Our next worldwide broadcast for those of you listening to us on the internet or on Pond Chat, which again can be accessed via www.bear.org on our home page. Just click View Cameras, and it's pretty self-explanatory from there. There are moderators there that will answer your questions. It's family friendly, and they really enjoy new chatters to tell you a little bit more about all our bears here at the North American Bear Center, or black bears in general. Enjoy your stay in the Ely area. Wherever your travels take you, please be safe. Thank you very much.